You know, if you can do this gold prospecting stuff right, it's really enjoyable. And just for reference, my hands are a little bigger than average. So for size comparison, see how big they are? Well, I didn't hear no bell, so I'm gonna keep going. Welcome back, and welcome back to the jungles of New Hampshire. This is crazy. I was out in this spot 2 months ago. How was it? Getting flower gold blows early in the spring. Super windy. Ended up being kind of a horrible day because of the wind. It made it cold and raw, but it was easy to get to. But now this is what I got to deal with. But let's get to the river. Oh man, I should have brought a weed whacker. You'll see what I'm dragging. I got a lot of gear today. I plan on being here all day. But a quick glimpse is my plans kind of changed. Holy crap. Alright. This is where I get my flower gold. The problem is it's flooding. I'll try to insert some pictures from last time, but man, it's a paradise now. Nice beach paradise. But this water shouldn't be that high. We got some rains, thunderstorms came in a couple days ago. Heavy rains, but I figured the water would have dropped down by now, but it didn't. And one weird thing that happened, see this? The water was so high up, it came through here. This used to be flat over here with you know, the material here, and just gutted this all out. Probably lost like a dump truck full of material. The problem is, this is where I was getting the gold. Well, the material that is gone. Oh, that's cool. Get a little marble. But this is where all the gold material was. So I need to figure out what I'm gonna do. It looks like some of it built here, but I don't know if it's just got dispersed or just taken way downstream. Let me do some test pans, get started, set it up. I got a lot of stuff today. I don't know what I'm gonna get to, but quick note, if you need a weir bowl at home, pick up one of these things, because if you can use these things on the river, you're not going to get it down the river, but I just hiked a trail probably like 3/8 of a mile carrying this stuff. I got 2 sluices, I got my gold box in there, I got some gold pans, I got an umbrella, a chair, filming gear, there's a 3-gallon bucket under there. I got extra mats, extra pumps, extra batteries, and I 3D printed an arm to hold my shovel. I mean, look at that. I got the whole day's supply, and it was easy to get out here. So, like I said, let me get set up. I'm gonna have to do some test pans, and then I'm gonna go over the game plan today of what I am gonna still do. So let's get going. You know, if you can do this gold prospecting stuff right, it's really enjoyable. Got my umbrella set up. This is the view. I could watch this for hours, but we got a job to do. So let's get the game plan down. The reason I'm here is I want to try to run 1 cubic yard through that 6-inch sluice in under 2 hours. I did you know, 1 cubic yard is actually 45-gallon buckets of material. I did a video one of the last videos here. I figured I was 12 shovelfuls to fill up a 5-gallon bucket. So that means I need 480 shovelfuls to get a cubic yard. So what I'm gonna do is, I got 48 rocks in here. Every 10 shovels, I pull a rock out. So when that's empty, that's 480 shovelfuls. And let's see if I can do it. I did some testing. Did one over there, one here, and then one here. And it does look like this is the better gold. So what I'm gonna do is try to set the sluice up over here, and then kind of chop my way through this, and hopefully it gets a little better. I have the option, since I brought that cart, I can empty that thing out, and that'll hold 50 gallons. But I really don't want to have to shovel twice, moving stuff around. So I am gonna just go here, and then we'll see. This should be interesting. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna get 100% capture rate. I'm not gonna overfeed that. I'm gonna try to get one in scoop in every 15 to 20 seconds. That should be enough time to get the material processing. So I still estimate about a 3 to 5% loss, but if I can run 50-60% more material, that's not bad. Even if it's a 10% loss, that's still should be still a good amount. But I want to make sure that if I'm going to run this much material, I want the results to be pretty decent, since it is flour gold. So like I said, this area seems to be the best, and then we'll go from there. All right, this should be fun. Let's do this.
On the road down, just off of the interstate, past the white lines where the fields roll and the rivers break, you'll find a four-way stop sign, a church on the corner, and a dairy bar. Right in the middle of nowhere, it's the middle of everything I know. The dirt that made me Friday night lights, back road crazies, all those prayers from mama that saved me. I'm grateful the voices that raised me. I owe everything to that hometown, from the front porch view to the red dirt ground. Oh, I'm grateful for the voices that raised me. There's a bonfire by the river every Saturday. Just one more song till the sun breaks on a new day. I got friends there, and if you need some, they can be yours too. Right in the middle of nowhere, it's the middle of everything I know. The dirt that made me Friday night lights, back road crazies, all those prayers from mom.
Holy crap. Good, you're still recording. Holy crap, I just did 1 cubic yard in 46 minutes. Oh, that was brutal. Holy moly. All right, I need to pass out for a few minutes. Hopefully there's some good gold in there. The pump was a little close to where my tailings were, and I lost a little water pressure for a little while. So let me set the gold box up and let's see what we got. I do not want to do that again. Looks like I just increased the value of this riverfront property. It's a lot of material. That's the cons. I got the gold box set up. I'm gonna just run it through there, and hopefully it's good. Like I said, the pump got a little clogged. I was able to clean it out, but get some leaves wrapped around there, so I started losing water pressure. So I'm gonna estimate about 10% gold loss on that one because of that and a few other issues I had. And I didn't realize how quick I was going. I thought maybe an hour might be feasible, but to do it, and it was actually like 45 minutes I was able to run that gold. So that's some crazy stuff, or run that cubic yard of material. So let's see if what it was worth it. Hopefully this was a good spot I picked. But it was more so just running that amount of material. Is it possible? And short answer is yes. All right. Should be able to see some of the action going on. Yeah, this material, because it's beach sand, is a lot of thick black sand, a lot of thick garnet, so this gold box will make this easier. As long as I don't run it too hot like that. Yeah, not more like that. That should do it. And as always, I'll check the tailings, make sure I didn't lose any. Give that a few minutes to process out some of the heavier stuff. I'm definitely not going to see any gold in this. It's too small. All right, let's pan it out. Alright, it took a little while to clean up, but here we go. This is what I got. And just for reference, and my hands are a little bigger than average, so for size comparison, see how big they are? This is more realistic. It's small, but again, I am actually really excited that there's some bigger pieces in here. I usually don't see that, and then it's probably down deeper. I couldn't even imagine what the weight would be, but that's a lot of material to move for that much gold. But I'll be honest with you, that's, you know, moving that much material in a river with 100-pound boulders and stuff like that gets a little old. So to be able to move sand quick, and I know I would have caught a little more gold. Like I said, I probably lost about 10%. Just because the pump got a little clogged, but I don't know. What do you think? Because, like I mentioned before in some past videos, I don't mind doing this once in a while. You know, I'm not a young whippersnapper, but I mean, if I can do a cubic yard in an hour, I mean, there's no way I can do it for 8 hours straight. But if I could get like a four cubic yards, that'll start to add up, and especially if I can find a pocket where the gold's really started settling down, which I'm probably going to do right now. I think I'll do, it's still early in the day. Like I said, that went a lot quicker than I expected. So I am going to do probably some more, first I'm going to still continue to take a break, but then I'm going to do some more test pans. And then I'll set this up again, and not run in a cubic yard, but I'll run for like 20 minutes or so, and then see if it gets any better. I really think up here will be good, but unfortunately I'm going to have to truck it down to here, and I need to fill this in a little anyway, so that might work out. But let me turn you back on when I figure out exactly what I'm gonna do. But man, if you've never been to New Hampshire, I don't really want to promote the state because we're getting overrun by people and tourists, but man, it is just such a beautiful state. It's just always, once you get past that brutal winter, things just turn so lush and green. I mean, there's a few people on this river. I was just talking to one lady. She was really nice. Had a little kid out here. This is where she likes to go swimming with her son. But other than that, there's just no one around. Perfect day. All right, let's get back to it. Well, I didn't hear no bell, so I'm gonna keep going. Still got plenty of hours in the day, so I'll show you what I'm doing now. If you remember at the beginning of the video, I mentioned I had 2 sluices. Well, here's the second one. I forgot the clamps for the legs, so unfortunately I just got to kind of set it up here. But for people that aren't familiar with the 3D printing, one cool feature you can do, I have these for sale on my my website. They're 6 inches wide, but in the software they have a scaling feature where you can either scale it X, Y, Z, whatever. But on this one, I just went on the width. So if you go 50, this is a 9-inch wide sluice. Those were 6-inch wide. So that is actually 50% bigger. So I scaled up on the width 50%, and now I have mats for my sluice. I did this kind of the same with the swash box, but I did that in the CAD software. Otherwise, that opening would have been an oval. So let me get going, and we'll see this thing running. Let's see what's in it. I grabbed some material from up top. I was gonna pan, but I was like, well, I'm gonna just run this, and I'm gonna catch the tailings and give this a full test. You know, I'm not 100% sure how it's gonna work stretching out the features on the mat, but it shouldn't affect it too much. So let's run some material and see. Alright, that's a short run, but I just want to see if anything got out, and then I'll check in there and to see how efficient these things are working. And then I'll run some real material without the pan. Where are you? Right there. One speck got out. So let's see what's in the mat. I don't know if that shows, but you can see how much the features got stretched. And I was a little worried if that was going to work bad or good, but we'll see. I should have ran more of that material further up. Hopefully this shows up nice. The sun's blocking my view so I can't see, but there you go. Look at that. So one piece got out, and I caught all that. That's only a couple gallons of material. Man, I guess I ran that cubic yard in the wrong spot. I got, just to show you, I pulled it from up here on the highest point of this and over there. So I am going to get a few more buckets out of here, and now that I know these mats are working, I won't have to test the tailings. I'll just run maybe another 20-25 gallons worth, and then I'll show you the results. Alright, just bought over about 15 gallons of material from up higher up here, and let's run that and see how much better it is. I just ran the material. I'm using an 1100 gallon pump. I thought that might have been too strong, but it seems to be packing a little more than the 6-inch. But I think it doesn't matter though. I think it's still catching some gold. So let's clean it out and see. This is crazy. I might have got more gold in 20 minutes than I did running all that cubic yard. I was digging in the wrong spot. That sucks. Gold was higher up. Oh well. Let's get a grand total of the day and conclude. All right, let's see the grand total. Quite a bit. There's definitely more up higher up. And again for scale, just to show one next to my hand. It's crazy though. But that actually worked better than I thought. I still got some work to do with it, but just to show you that you can take the stock files I have for the 6-inch and then just stretch them out. I thought those features being stretched might be worse, which they did seem to hold material, or more cons, but they also hold the gold, so it does work. So I'll be doing a little more testing with this. But if somebody, you got a 3D printer or somebody you know has got one, you can get their 6-inch wide and just scale it up to your sluice if you want to try this. And you technically could do this too. This will be oval, so but if it's a soft tube, you can crush it in there. But I can't guarantee that. But that's gonna wrap it up. I am tired. That cubic yard kind of wiped me out, and then I just kind of chilled out for the last few hours. But still, I've still got some more gold, so that's good. But yeah, the gold is definitely up higher here. I kind of knew that, but I also knew if I was to get this material down there, that means I have to shovel twice. And it was going to be exhausting already as it is, so oh well. I think next time when I come here, I'm going to get a longer hose and get the high banker up here so I can shovel in, and then I'll fill in this valley. But either way, it was a great day. Give you a little panoramic again around the scenery. You know, it's funny, people go to beaches, all the other crowded places where there's just too many people. Us gold prospectors get out here and, you know, looking for the gold, but we find these little hidden gems. There's been a few people here today because it was hot and they were swimming, but other than that, this place was all to me. So yes, I found gold, but I also found this treasure too. So like I said, that's gonna do it. I'm tired. I got a lot of packing up, and I gotta bust my way through this jungle to get out of here. So until next time, I'm not sure what I'm gonna be doing, but I will be getting gold and I will be having fun, and I will be enjoying the great outdoors of New Hampshire. Actually, maybe Maine too. I got a trip up there coming up soon. So I will see you then. Bye.